Hi, I'm going to show you how to do the twisted slip linen stitch that was created by Doyle Dark, who gave me permission to do this video. This is simply a stitch that you do across multiples of 2 pegs, and for the scarf pattern you just keep alternating how the stitches are done. So this is the scarf that I'm working on. As you can see, that's what the stitches look like. Side A, and then the opposite side does look a little bit different, but it's still attractive. I think this is a really pretty stitch and could be used in a lot of various projects, not just scarves. I'm working on a green Nifty Knitter peg, green Nifty Knitter 36 peg loom, which has 3/4 inch gauge, and I'm using a bulky yarn. So the first step for this stitch is to knit one, and we're using the ewrap knit for this. The second step is to slip working yarn in front using ewrap. To do this, what we're going to be doing is first taking our yarn that was on the peg, and we're taking it off, and then we're going to, and the peg's now empty, you can either hold the yarn with your hook or with your fingers, however you prefer to do. Then you ewrap the empty peg, place the stitch back on, and there's now 2 stitches here, and you're going to knit over. Now you just keep repeating that, doing a knit one, followed by a slip working yarn in front, where we take the stitch that was on the loom off, hold it either with our fingers or loom hook, or crochet hook, however you prefer to do it, ewrap the peg, place the stitch that you had removed back on, knit over. Again, knit one, do a slip working yarn in front using ewrap, and knit over. And replacing, you have 2 loops. Now, one thing to note is that you don't have to knit this over right away. You could wait until the next row to help keep track of your stitches. So from now on, I'm not going to knit it over, just so I can show you when I come back how I do that to help keep tracks. So I'm knitting one. I'm doing a slip working yarn in front using the ewrap. And I'm not going to knit over until the next row, just so that I can keep track of my stitches. Knit one, slip working yarn in front using ewrap, and then the last peg, I'm doing a slip stitch edge on this scarf, so I'm just going to do a knit stitch, and now I'm ready to start my second row, and we're just repeating these 2 rows for the scarf. And here is how I was telling you, is that because we're alternating which pegs we're doing, now I know that we're going to do a knit one, and this has 2 stitches on it. So this stitch was the slip working yarn in front using ewrap. So I'm going to knit over that one, and then I'm going to knit one. Then the next peg, I'm going to be doing the slip working yarn in front using ewrap. In the next peg, I'm doing a knit stitch, but first I'm going to knit over the previous row. and then the next, and you just keep alternating that. And that is the twisted slip linen stitch created by Doyle Dark. Hope you find that helpful. Again, you just keep repeating that if you want those 2 rows. If you wanted to do a scarf similar to the one I have, Doyle Dark has done several different scarves using this stitch with different gauges of looms, different yarns. They all look different depending on the loom and yarn you choose. He's also done a hat, which is really, really cool using this stitch technique. So that is the Twisted Slip Linen Stitch by Doyle Dark. Thanks, Doyle, for letting me share this with everybody. I hope you all have a great day. Happy looming.